Hello, my soul family. How are you all? Hope you are doing great, happy, and healthy. So, before getting into the video, I want you all to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, which would help me with the YouTube algorithm by which I can reach to as many people as I can. Because every new information, every new authentic new information which you are receiving will help you raise your consciousness, will help you raise your vibration, will help with your DNA activation. So every new information will indeed help you with raising your own consciousness, your own vibrational level, will help you increase your own frequencies. So many people might be searching for right, authentic, correct information, but because there are so many people who are doing so many things on YouTube, they are teaching so many things, irrespective of how much knowledge they have or not, irrespective of if their own self are understanding it or not, irrespective of if they are experiencing it or not. So there are many people who are teaching so many things, but then every correct information might help somebody. So every correct information might change somebody else's life. So it's my sincere request for you to help me with the algorithm to reach to share this knowledge and information with as many people as you can, so that only if you resonate with it. Okay, I'm not asking you to forcefully do this. If you're resonating with the content which I'm providing, if you're resonating, if you're feeling that whatever I'm speaking is right, then share it with others. Okay, and try to understand it, try to implement these things in your life, because most of the things here, most of the content which I'm providing, I'm speaking with it out with because of my own experience or because of my own life lessons and learnings. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say, and now let's get into the video. The Dear Spirit Guide. So what does the Dear Spirit Guide mean, and how does it help you? And we are going to tap into all these things, and I'll share you my own experience with the Dear Spirit Guide. Okay, so I was in that phase of activating my heart chakra, not the higher heart chakra, but then few years back I was activating my the normal fourth heart chakra, the fourth dimension of the heart chakra. So when I was activating my heart chakra, I also realized that I had to do some few inner child healing things, and I still was working on my inner child that time, and I was trying to heal my inner child, and simultaneously I was activating my heart chakra. And I had been shown a deer. Okay, a deer spirit guide came to me, and a deer spirit guide got connected with me. Okay, so I was, during that time, I didn't know much about animal spirit guides and all these things, and I did not had much knowledge about the spirit guides. But then in my own journey, when all the animals, these beautiful animal spirit guides, when they got connected with me, when they helped me in my own journey, then I realized their importance, their help, and I'm really very grateful for all my animal spirit guides for helping me so very nicely, so very much, for pouring all their unconditional love on me. I'm really very grateful to all these spirit guides, all my unseen friends, all my unseen friends. So I'm very grateful to all of them. So when the deer spirit guide connected with me, then I did not understand why I'm seeing deer and all these things, and I googled about this, and then I researched about all these things, and what does this mean, what do animal spirit guide mean, how do they work, how do they act, how are they getting connected, and how we can work with them, and all these things. I was learning about all these things, and I was actually trying to integrate my own experiences, and I was actually trying to understand consciously what is happening within my unconscious and soul level. Okay, so when this happened, when deer spirit guide got connected with me, then I understood that deer actually means our inner child. It means that we are healing our inner child. The deer is the most nicest and beautiful animal. I always felt the deers are very near and dear to me. Okay, so I have this kind of a soft corner, and beautiful and loving feeling when I see deers. Okay, I feel them as a very beautiful creatures. Okay, they're very beautiful. They're so beautiful and loving, and they're so, innocent kind of beings. Okay, so when I was activating my heart chakra, and when I saw deer in my visions and all these things, then I understood that deer is something which is related to heart chakra, and deer is something which is related to desires. Means, I don't mean the lower desires. Okay, we have a heart desires also. Okay, there's a whole lot of different concept. When it will take another video if I want to explain about desires. Okay, so desires are very, very different kind of desires. You can have so many desires, and some desires are considered as a low vibrational desires, and some desires are high vibrational desires. Your soulful desires, your high vibrational desires, your heart desires are the ones which deer was showing to me. Okay, so what was inside my own heart. Okay, that desires, what I really wanted, what I want from my own heart, how my heart will heal itself, how am I blocking my own heart. So deer was showing me all these things during that time and that phase, and I'm really grateful for all these things, because of all my inner child wounds. My heart chakra, got so many blockages and obstacles, and all these things. I literally closed my heart chakra. I became my own obstacle to close my heart chakra, and I became my own obstacle in the path, and I created my own problems. Okay, and I internalized everything during my childhood, and I created so many inner child wounds, and people gave me so many inner child wounds, by which my heart chakra was completely closed. And then the deer spirit animal helped me open that heart chakra, and helped me to heal my inner child. Okay, I'm still in the process of healing my inner child. It takes years. Okay, and you have to be patient and compassionate with yourself, because the healing is just not linear. It takes time. It takes lots of months and weeks and years. Okay, and you have to be compassionate and loving, and you have to show yourself that self love, unconditional love. You have to be compassionate and peaceful, and patiently you have to deal with you have to be peaceful with yourself, create peace within you, and you have to patiently deal with all these things. Okay, so when I connected with deer, then I understood that this spirit animal was helping me, and it was helping me to identify my heart's desires, which is my soul's desires. Okay, the different kinds of desires, and deer, for me, I don't know about others. Okay, I can only speak about my own experience, my own understanding and perception about my own, based on my own consciousness level. So you might have different experiences and different opinions about it, but if you are resonating, take it. If you don't resonate, let it go. Okay, but for me, it is my heart chakra, and it is my soul's desires which I experienced during that time. And it also helped me to heal all my inner child wounds, where at that time I was working on my inner child, and I also saw my inner child. That I will make a separate video on that later. But then it was helping me clear out all that inner childhood. It was helping me to identify where I got wounded in my inner child phase. Okay, in my childhood phase, where I got this inner child wound from. Okay, which situation, which scene in my life created that inner child wound. So it was helping me identify all these things. Okay, and so this is about deer and heart chakra and inner childhood. All these things are connected in some or the other way. I told about all these things. Now let's come to Ramayana. Okay, it's a very, very controversial and debateful topic. Whenever somebody speaks about Ramayana, and everybody comes in and the entire world is back of them, creating debates and controversies. But still I'm stepping into this because, as I told, dear heartful desires, your soul's desires. So my soul is speaking me out. It is telling me to tell about all these things. It is telling me to tell these stories, and to put these stories out into the public. So that is what I am doing. And here also I'll explain about the deer episode in the Ramayana. Okay, if you resonate, take it. If you don't resonate, please let go of it, and don't try to create debates and controversies. Okay, just if you resonate it, take it, and if you don't resonate it, you can ignore this video, skip this video. Okay, so Sita is a goddess, who is a nature goddess, who is Mool Prakriti. So she was so very much was connected with nature and the animal spirits. Because I talked about the animal spirits, now I'm going to make more videos about animal spirits. So I'm giving the example of Sita also, and I'm giving the example and personality and behavior and the episode of the entire Ramayana. So to make you understand about the spirit animals also, how do they work, nature spirits, nature animals, how do they work, how they will connect with you. I'll talk about all these things in the future video. So I just started it with the deer and Sita. So this, I hope this will be a good beginning. Okay, so then the deer episode. Okay, see, she was completely totally into nature and animal spirits and all these things. She, since childhood only, she had this ability to, you know, to understand nature, to understand the animals around her. Okay, the birds, the parrots, the, you know, these small chipping birds who makes beautiful sound in the morning, and all those birds, beautiful birds and deers. Okay, and all the animals, horses, every other animal, wherever she goes. Okay, she instantly gets connected with the animals. And this, you know, all the innocent creatures are always, you know, around her. Why? It's because she was so connected. She was an avatar herself, and she had this ability. When you activate your avatar consciousness, you'll understand that you will also get connected to the nature spirits. And some of us since childhood only, I also did not know that how these things were happening, but it was happening. I did not like animals at all, like even the pet animals. Okay, I just to stay away from the animals and all these things. Okay, but I just like the birds, the parrots and all these things. But some of the animals, even the dogs, I know, I whenever the dogs are there, I just move away from that place. Okay, I was that kind of a girl. But then their unconditional love changed me a lot. But even I did not know what they are, how they're functioning, and even I did not know how they're coming closer to me, how they are liking me. I don't know, they are just liking me. And all the animals are around me whenever I go to some place, and all the animals are there for me, with me, to help me, to protect me. They're always there. I don't know why humans never did so many things for me. I don't know why they're, you know, people, you know, they never got connected with me so much. But then the animals, even I did not, when even though I did not show any love to them, they were always there for me. They were always coming towards me. They're always trying to help me. They are always trying to protect me. Okay, they were always pouring their unconditional love towards me. It's me, a foolish girl, who did not understand them properly. Okay, but now I understand them. Now I reciprocate that love back towards them also, because the so much they were giving so much unconditional love towards me during my awakening phase, during my dark night of soul. It was nature and the animal spirits were the ones who did a lot of help in my journey. Okay, so I'm very grateful for all of them, because maybe, I don't know, in my past life maybe I was very much connected to those people, I don't know. But then in this life also, they are so close to me. They're always ready to help, and they're always ready to support me. And in my future video, I'll talk about the individual animals also, and how they got connected with me, how they helped me, and all these stories. But then let's stick to deer and Ramayana and Sita. Okay, so she was an avatar, and she already knew from her childhood only that, you know, these animals, and she understood those animals, and you know, those muted beings, they couldn't speak for themselves, but she spoke for them. Okay, she took stand for them, and she was nurturing mother. She was the divine mother who always cares for those animals also. When she was living in the forest during her exile period, she was not only taking care of herself and her husband and her brother-in-law, but she was also taking care of those little beautiful innocent animals. And that's how, you know, she ended up, you know, falling into the trap of that, you know, golden deer and all these things. But then she was, you know, nurturing and nourishing and feeding all these animals. She was helping them, she was giving them water, she was providing food for them, she was doing everything whatever she could do for those animals. And those animals were also treating her as their divine mother. They were also pouring, like, they was full of beautiful unconditional love in that forest, you know, with the animals and Ram and Sita and Lakshmana. They were creating that unconditional love frequencies in that place, and all those animals were connecting with them. All those animals were staying with them as a one single family. And then this, you know, this golden deer comes in, and this is maybe I don't know the exact story, but then she got attracted to the golden deer. Maybe she also wanted to play with the deer, and she wanted to nourish the deer, nurture the deer, and then she wanted the deer, and she asked Ram to get the deer, and then all those things what happened. But then the golden deer created an illusion. Okay, that golden deer, he came as an that evil devil golden deer, he came as a copycat, has a copy of some deer, a beautiful deer, beautiful innocent deer race. Okay, he was not actually a deer. He was originally not created as a deer. He was not an original deer race. He just copied, he cloned that race. Okay, he was a cloned form of a deer. And then when he came, that evil golden deer, when he came, and what all happened, and Sita felt very very guilty about, she couldn't see that illusion, and then she got trapped into that illusion. And then she asked for that deer, and her husband went running behind the deer. And then she also was in a guilt that, okay, why I couldn't recognize it, why I couldn't recognize that illusion. Okay, so when we are in our awakening phase also, when we fall trap of this negative, this duplicate babas and all these things, and we go behind them and we ask questions to them, we'll try to find answers, and we fall trap, towards them, and we'll go towards them. We go to those meditation centers easily, and we feel very guilty, right? Why we have done that? Because we did not know that time, couldn't see that illusion, we couldn't break that illusion, and we were trapped in that illusion, right? Because they were, they with their manipulation and with their powers and with their nice words, and they will talk everything properly only. They'll talk everything about the awakening journey, and there is nobody for you to explain about the awakening journey. And then they are explaining, and then you're going behind them, and then you are falling in trap, and then you're understanding that, oh god, this was an illusion. Why I have done that, and why did I even go to those negative beings, dark beings, and all these things. And you will feel guilty about yourself that you have wasted your time, right? The same thing happened, and now we are in that phase that, okay, we did not know all these things, it was just an illusion, and we don't have to be guilty, and we are clearing that guilt, right? The same thing happened with Sita also. She didn't know that illusion. She didn't know that it was some Mayavi, that evil golden deer was some rakshas. Okay, so she didn't know about that. She didn't know that it was an evil. She was seeing everybody as an unconditional love only. She was pouring unconditional love on everybody, and she couldn't break that illusion during that time, because she got attracted, and she wanted to nurture, and she wanted to play with the deer. And that that unconditional, that love for the deer, is what made her, what gave her a weak point. And that weakness, that love for her, for the animals, to love for the animals, towards the animals, love towards the animal, the nature of her became a weak point of this, this evil deer and these evil people, the dark forces. And that the very weak point of unconditional love towards the animal made her suffer. Okay, the very weak point of not seeing through the illusion, the very weak point of loving the animals, getting connected with the nature spirits and animal spirits. The evil forces, the dark forces took the advantage of that, and they created that golden deer, and the golden deer came in. And then she was in guilt that, oh god, what I have done, because of this golden deer, because of this illusion, I made my husband to fall into the danger, and all these things, and all the Ramayana happened because of all these things. Okay, it was a big thing, right? Because of that guilt she was carrying, and she was carrying that guilt, that heavy guilt, that heavy burden. That's why she was crying and crying and crying. And she was very tensed about her own husband, that he went back behind the deer, and and she doesn't know what is going to happen, why is all these things are happening. And then she was very stressed and tense, and all these things happened. And then she asks Lakshmana to go and search for Ram and all these things. And he goes, and then she was still worrying, and she was still feeling very guilty, and she was still feeling that why I couldn't break through this illusion. So this was about deers. It was not like the deer race is bad or something like that. It's just that it was the cloned form, the devil, the evil, the dark force who came. He came in the form of a beautiful, innocent, cloned form of a beautiful deer race. So this is what I wanted to say. So deer spirits, I have already experienced about deer spirits, and I already, deer literally helped me in my inner child healing. And there is also a portal where, I don't remember the exact month, but there is also a portal based on deers also. During that portal also, you can do your inner child healing during that portal. It is, I don't know exact name, but I think it is something called as buck portal. Okay, buck is the male deer. Okay, the female ones, the female organism, the female being, the female animal, we call it as a deer, and the male one we call it as a buck. Okay, buck portal, something like that we'll say. And during that buck portal also, I got triggered based on my inner child wounds only. So it was a kind of a confirmation that yeah, this portal, the buck portal, the deer thing, it is all connected to the inner child thing. Okay, so during that portal also, every time that portal comes, my inner child wounds come to the surface, and I feel headache and buried and tension, and I always cry, and I used to heal my inner child, forcefully. I have been, sent to heal my inner child and all these things. But then it is all connected. This portal, this entire portal itself is connected to the deer being, the buck being. And then when this portal comes, and the inner child wounds and all these things comes to the surface, and divine and guardians will ask you to heal your inner child during that time. So you can also connect with the deer spirit animal, okay, and it will help you with the inner child. And when you work on your inner child wounds, and your heart, especially when you have the inner child wound, whenever you have a wound, okay, whenever you have a wound, it will first affect your heart. Okay, when you next time when you get a wound, next time you get a hurt or pain from somebody, please observe this carefully. Okay, when somebody hurts your pain, gives you a pain, when you get a hurt from somebody, first it goes, it hits your heart. Okay, you'll feel some kind of pain in your heart. I felt that thing, and I understood that the pain, the hurt, all the things first goes into the heart. And when your heart is hurted, and when your heart is wounded, it creates an inner child wound within you. And when it is wounded and it got hurt, and then it gets stored into your brain, and through your subconscious mind. Okay, and when your heart is hurted and wounded, and when you get hurt, and it is that hurt, is that entire hurt which you experience, that pain which you experienced, is going and getting stored into your brain, into your subconscious mind. And when it gets into your subconscious mind, when it is getting stored into your subconscious mind, then it starts affecting your sacral chakra. That's why many people connect the sacral chakra to the inner child, because it's your sacral chakra is nothing but your subconscious mind, and your heart is nothing but your, the first chakra to take all the pain and all the pain and wounds and hurts. And also when you experience the high vibration, when you experience love, it first hits your heart. That's why this Cupid always hits a heart, and all these symbols, symbolic meanings are the same thing, that whenever you experience something, it will go into your heart directly. Okay, the pain you are experiencing, the hurt you are experiencing, the love you are experiencing, it is all going into your heart. Okay, that's after that only it is going into the brain. The heart is a more important organ than the brain, I think. I feel that way. Okay, so this was a bit of a medical perception. So when the things hit, you will feel that in your heart. Okay, the feeling comes first, and the feeling, when you feel it, that feeling is stored into your brain, and the storage form of it is going into the subconscious mind, and the things are getting stored in your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind is coming into play, and it's coming online. And when the subconscious mind comes online, then the sacral chakra is getting affected. So inner child is completely related to, is most importantly related to all these chakras, the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. And also solar plexus chakra also have its role in healing the inner child wound, but I'll talk about that later. But then this was about deer, and this was about inner child, this was about Ramayana, this was about Sita, and everything was connected. And I felt that you will understand it betterly when I give my own experiences, and when I teach you with the help of Ramayana and Sita and all these things. And I hope you understood it. And please heal your inner child. It is very, very important part of your healing journey. Inner child healing takes a lot of time, but it is worth it at the end of the day. And I'm still doing it, and I will before I used to hate these things coming to the surface. Now I'm being very compassionate, and I'm being very patient with all these things, and now I'm healing all these things. Okay, and now you will feel it when you heal all these things. You will feel relaxed, and you will feel happy, and you will feel more rejuvenated, and you will feel like some burden, some mountain is lifted off out of your head. So inner child is very, very important, and please heal it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening till the end. Thank you so much.